Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. I hope that everybody is doing well and staying safe. All right, so thank you guys for tuning into my channel. I am a narcissist abuse coach. So let's go ahead and get into the topic today. I wanted to talk about this. Actually came from a subscriber, so thank you guys for leaving me topics and giving me feedback. It really does help, and I really truly appreciate it. We're going to talk about, the question was how to build spiritual discernment and greater detection for spotting a narcissist in the future. This is really big because I know a lot of us may not know how to detect a narcissist, or may not understand it, may not know how to deal with it, and may not know how to protect ourselves. So I would say, for one, definitely get close to God. Like, you have to have a relationship with God. If you don't have a relationship with God, then you might want to do that, because God is really gonna help you to be able to trust your intuition and use your intuition and trust that gut feeling to help you to recognize and maybe even give you signs, or you may feel different, or something is like screaming, like something is telling you, like, hey, be careful. This person is not to be trusted. Don't go or don't contact them. Maybe do your research on a person, see what they're all about. Ask questions, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that would be the first thing. The second thing is building spiritual discernment is trusting yourself. Trusting, like I kind of already said it, but trusting your gut feeling. Like knowing that, your heart, your gut, the inside of you, not like this body, but like the inside is kind of like a GPS. It's almost like it's a map to kind of help you navigate. Or even like your third eye, like they say you have two eyes, but your third eye is like right here in the middle, and sometimes your third eye is talking to you, or it's like you're feeling something, but unfortunately, some of us, not all, but some of us, we don't listen. And so that's why sometimes, and myself, I've dealt with this where, one, someone tried to warn me and I didn't want to believe it. And two, I was seeing those red flags. I was seeing, the abusive behavior, the negativity, the gaslighting, the silent treatment, but I didn't want to believe, And so I think just really learning how to trust yourself, which I know it can be difficult, especially if you've been traumatized by a narcissistic relationship. So that means you have PTSD, CPTSD, so it's difficult. But I would say spend some time by yourself. Learn how to make decisions. Learn how to fend for yourself. Because I know, unfortunately, the narcissist has made us codependent on them for everything, whether it be finances, decision-making, approval, validation. And so it's difficult to be able to trust ourselves, right? Because we're so used to the narcissist doing everything for us, you know what I mean? And so, being able to make your own decisions is helpful, trusting your intuition, you know what I mean? And then praying about it, meditating on it, because trust me, and when I used to do yoga, this is why I always recommend yoga to you guys, or some sort of breathing exercise where you can really just kind of calm your mind. That's another thing, calming your mind when it comes to having greater detection, because when your mind is quiet, you can be very logical. There's no past, there's no future, there's just the present moment, you know what I mean? And so if you are able to meditate or do some form of breathing technique exercise where it can help you calm your mind, then you can start to kind of build that discernment and understanding of yourself, and that confidence and that self-esteem to learn how to trust your decision. It's okay. If something is saying, if you feel like something is off with a person, trust that it's true. More than likely, you're never wrong. It's always right. But again, I have done this where I maybe gave the person the benefit of the doubt, or I didn't want to believe what my eyes were telling me, or I feel like, oh, well, I see the potential in this particular person, and, they treated me nice one time, and then the next time, they were putting me down or insulting me or criticizing me for no reason, you know what I mean? Or all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I would just say, get rooted in your relationship with your creator, with God. Trust your intuition. Learn how to make decisions. Learn how to stand firm in yourself. Create boundaries. Create boundaries for yourself. Protection for yourself. And, understand that people will show you who they are. Right now, when you see a person, even if you haven't been knowing them that long, let's say you're out on a date with someone and you're seeing like, oh, maybe this person may be emotionally unavailable, maybe they have some inner work to do, or you notice that they may talk about their ex a lot, or maybe they're just talking about the past. And I understand, because where we have been has made us who we are today. But if it's just constantly going back and forth, no progression happening, then you might want to just take note of that and just kind of fall back and just keep doing what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, it's not even really about the narcissist. It's about you, the victim, and the survivor, because you have to protect yourself, right? You have to protect yourself from these type of people, because these people are going to, cross your boundaries. They're going to trample over, your life, because they feel entitled. It's a sense of entitlement. And so you have to be able to step back and say, hey, no, I have my own life. You have your own life. And you need to keep them at arm's length, So I hope that this video was helpful. It was kind of a short one. But I do think that this was a really good topic, because, some of us are rooted in God, and then others of us aren't, no judgment, because I know everybody has their own religion, all that stuff. But me personally, I could say my experience has been, it's funny, because I feel like I actually got closer to God after dealing with narcissists in my life, because I don't know if I told you guys, but I actually grew up in the church. I was literally like a car seat baby growing up in church, Like I said, I'm a native of Delaware, lived in Delaware for a long while, moved to California when I was 17. But while I used to live in Delaware, like, I was in the church choir singing, go to church every Sunday, every Friday. Sometimes we do choir rehearsal on Wednesday, and even on Saturday sometimes. So I was really like deeply rooted in the church, but I didn't really know about God. Like, I always heard about Jesus and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know who God was. I didn't know the power of God, and how, God really does love us, and he cares about us, and he wants us to be close to him. But because I guess I didn't really know God until, when I started dealing with my aunt and the male narc, and even the borderline. And it's funny, because I realized that God was real, and that God wanted me to be, he wanted me to overcome this. And I only realized that when I was, dealing with these kind of people. And I feel like maybe some of you can let me know, leave it in the comment box. Let me know if, you got closer to God after dealing with a narcissist, or maybe you were angry at God, you were frustrated. Because I'm not going to lie, you guys, I did get angry with God for a split second, because I was just like, God, like, why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to experience such great pain? And I felt like God was telling me that, well, this is your path, this is your calling, you know what I mean? So I had to kind of accept that, but yeah, I guess, and I'll tell you guys this one story. This is how I knew God was real, and this is my testimony. So during the time period when I was transitioning from staying no contact away from my aunt and the male narc, I didn't go no contact with them as of yet. I think this was like 2013 going on 2014, but early 2014 is when I went no contact with the male narc, and then 2015 I went no contact with my aunt. But during that time, I was kind of living from couch to couch, whatever. And finally, I decided that I needed to do what I had to do to get my own place. And thank goodness I found this program where they basically paid your rent for a whole year. And so, but during that time, I slept in my car. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but I slept in my car for a month, and it was my choice because I could have went back and stayed with my aunt, but like I said, I knew something was off. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew something was off, and I knew how she made me feel, and I knew that that was not normal because I knew from being around my friend that I'm still close with for almost 10 years now. She's like literally an angel in disguise, but being around her and her family, I noticed that I didn't feel the same way I felt when I was with my own family. You know what I mean? So I was able to see the difference between healthy versus unhealthy relationships and family dynamics. You know what I mean? And so that was helpful. But anyway, fast forward, like I said, I was in my car for a month. I was crying. I was hurt. I didn't understand why, this was happening. But at the same time, I was like, you know what, God, I'm going to get through this. And I did. And you guys, nobody knew that I was in my car until one day. There was this lady, she asked me if I was in my car or whatever, and I told her no at first, but then I finally said yes. And she was like, well, are you going to be getting a new place or anything like that? Do you have any arrangements? And I told her yes, that I was just waiting for the yes, and, I have the keys to my place or whatever like that. And so she was like, okay, I'm happy to hear that. And she basically told me that she had been, in a similar situation, and she was just like, you're gonna get through this, know that God is on your side, God is real, all that stuff like that. And I was like, yes, I know. And it's crazy because the day before, you guys, I bawled out, like I cried like a baby, like it was so crazy. But I don't know, I just feel like in that moment I surrendered, I let go, you know what I mean? And so I don't know, I feel like God was telling me, like, I got you, like, don't worry, just keep your focus, stay rooted, you know what I mean? So anyway, she was like, well, do you need anything? Would you like anything? And I was like, well, if you have it, yeah, that's fine. And so she ended up giving me $40 in ones. Like, so it was $40, but it was in $1 bills. And I was just like, thank you so much. And she was like, you're welcome. She was like, she said she just felt like, she just wanted to give it to me, and I was like, well, thank you so much. And from that moment in time, I was like, I know God is real. So I think that's what kind of helps me even now, as far as like with spiritual discernment, like when I feel like something is off, or if I'm meeting a new person and I'm getting those red flags, I don't ignore it anymore. I trust it, I listen to it, and that is very helpful. So I hope that this video helps some of you guys that have dealt with narcissists. Maybe you're dealing with one now, or maybe one could be coming. Hopefully not, but you never know. That could be your life experience. But I hope that this video can kind of help you to get rooted and strong in your spiritual discernment and having greater detection for spotting a narcissist in the future. Trust yourself, love yourself. So if I was to give you guys some homework, I would just, and I think I've done this before, but listening to your intuition, trusting your gut feeling, trusting yourself, and again, do those affirmations. I love myself. I accept myself. I'm getting better. I'm healing from narcissistic abuse. Just keep doing it. But also write this down too, you guys. That will be helpful. Try this for 30 days, And also study, another homework that I can give you, study PTSD and CPTSD, because a lot of you guys, if you're watching this, you probably are dealing with that. And sometimes you could have triggers that come up, because it happened to me. I'm just saying. So that's something that you may be dealing with. So study that and find out what could be a trigger for you, especially if you want to be in a new relationship and maybe you're having a difficult time. That could be an issue. But yes, love yourself. Write it down. Say it to yourself every day. I value myself. I'm worthy. I am loved. God loves me. I love God. Learn about God. Like, not saying you got to be a Christian or a Muslim or anything like that, but know the type of person that God is, and understand that yes, he does love you. He cares deeply about you, and he doesn't want to see you suffer. Like, yeah, there may be some challenges and obstacles that you have to go through. Maybe, God is testing you, but understand that you can come out on the other side, because I'm a living testimony. But try those exercises, those homeworks. Let me know. Like I said, write down, like, words of encouragement, words of affirmation. I am confident. I am successful. I am overcoming narcissistic abuse. I deserve good friends. I deserve, to be around people that love me, that care about me, support me. I am meeting like-minded people. I am meeting a new circle, people that are going to, accept me, approve of me, validate me, support me. Write all that stuff. Say it out loud, but write it down too, and look at it every day. Speak it out into existence, and like I said, study CPTSD, PTSD. I actually have a video about that too. I'm probably going to link it down below so you can learn more about it. And get rooted in God. Like I said, I'm not a preacher or nothing like that, but if you want to be able to stand strong and firm in your spiritual discernment, you got to have a relationship with God. Talk to God. Say, God, show me what's coming up for me. I want to be able to heal from this. I want to let go of the past. I want to let go of this pain and this hurt. What's my next step? What do I need to do? How do I overcome, narcissistic abuse? How do I, overcome, low self-esteem, low confidence? Talk to God. Trust me, He's going to give you those signs and those experiences, and talk to Him every morning, talk to Him every night, because that's literally what I do, you guys. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful. So, and again, guys, leave any feedback on anything that you guys learned from this video. What was your guys' biggest takeaway? I'd love to hear. And any other topics that you guys want to learn about, let me know, and I'll make a video about it so that we can all learn. All right, love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.